Alright, well, we have branching evolution. We'll go ahead and activate and throw down a threefold Thunderhulk, and we'll show them who can make tokens. We made a few tokens there. They need a board wipe, and they probably don't want to do that after they just spent so many cards to make 3 of their beasts. Oh, yeah. Hello. I am Average Zen, and you have found yourself watching Average Zen Presents. Woe unto you. It is a Brawlin Friday. We are coming at you live on Twitch as we do 4 days a week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, usually 11 to 1 Central European Time, playing a variety of formats on this wonderful game, Magic the Gathering Arena. Yes, Thursdays, we do a little bit different, 10 to 12 during Thursdays for our Achievement Hunters Lodge, which was yesterday as of this taping. And we had a good time. We got a lot of achievements knocked out, including our White Whale, the no bigger than that achievement. So I'm quite proud of that. You should check that out if you're interested in racking those up, as we are here. And let's go ahead and get the obligatory plugs out of the way. We are still doing our MtG Ether Drift Play Booster Box giveaway. We have 2 of them back there being held down by Power Girls. She's doing a great job making sure those don't go anywhere until we find our lucky winners. If you want to take part in that, it's free, it's easy. Take a few moments of your time to check out our About section on Twitch. You can find that at Average Zen Presents on Twitch, or you can check out our About section on YouTube at Average Zen, or our pinned posts on social media such as Twitter and X, or Blue Sky at Average Zen. You'll find Gleam.io links or QR code in the case of the social media. And get you hooked up there, interact with the widget, that's a fun word. And there's up to 8 chances to win, all completely free. Take a few moments of your time to check that out. If you've already done it, congratulations. We'll be holding that drawing on April 14th, a little bit less than a month from now, like 3 weeks. Yeah, looking forward to it. Let's jump into today's first deck. It is a Brawlin Friday, so of course we are brawling on Arena. And we have ourselves a new commander from Ether Drift in the way of Oviya Automech Artisan. Oviya is a 4-mana green for a 1/2. It says each creature that's attacking one of your opponents has trample. Pay a green, tap. You may put a creature or vehicle card from your hand onto the battlefield. If you put an artifact onto the battlefield this way, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Fun. So this does a very good impression of Elvish Piper, with the exception of giving your creatures trample if it's attacking, so that's wonderful. And when I saw the last sentence there, if you put an artifact onto the battlefield this way, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it, I automatically said, okay, well, she wants you to put artifact creatures into play. Yeah, not just vehicles. We have 1 or 2. But most of our plays that we're going to be putting down are artifact creatures, such as Rust Goliath, a 10/10 reach trample, because we're not paying the prototype cost. It just comes in like that. But with Oviya, it'll be a 12/12 reach trample. Walking Skyscraper, a 10/10 trample with hexproof as long as it's untapped. Gulta, don't worry about that. We can also use her to put down Gulta. They just won't get the counters. Threefold Thunderhulk will come in not with 3 +1/+1 counters, but 5, and make 5 colorless gnomes. Meteor Golem comes in as a 5/5, much better than a 3/3, and destroys a non-land permanent opponent controls. Balaged, being a Balaged doesn't get any counters, but having a 7/5 that with removal built in seems good in mono green. Of course, we have a Nissa, Zopendrel also is going to be a great one to go ahead and throw down if we happen to find ourselves with it, due to its ability to take all of our mana dorks and everything else we might have gotten out and just double their power. Vaultborn Tyrant, a fun one. Yep, that'll do. That's life gain, card draw, and a little bit of resilience. I like Sylvan Primordial here, added with Pioneer Masters. It will be coming in as a 6/8 reach. And then, when this creature enters, for each opponent, destroy target non-creature permanent that player controls. For each permanent destroyed this way, search your library for a forest card. Put that card on the battlefield tapped. We also have an Ironclaw Crusher, 4/6 artifact creature, so it'll come in if we use Oviya's ability as a 6/8. Whenever this creature attacks, target attacking creature gets +X/+O until end of turn, where X is that creature's power. And of course, if it's attacking while we have our commander out, it has trample. Same with Steel Hellkite. Will come in as a 7/7 flyer that we can then pay X to destroy each non-land permanent with mana value X whose controller was dealt combat damage by this creature this turn. Activate only once each turn. And then Sorok and Goreclaw, another way to give all of our guys haste and trample and additional +1/+1 counters. So I gotta say, I think that we have ourselves essentially a good making of an Elvis Piper plus deck here. To top it off, we also have the Sky Sovereign Council Flagship that will get us some direct damage in, as well as come in with those additional +1/+1 counters. And as you might expect, we're running things like Hardened Scales, Innkeeper's Talent, Branching Evolution, Verdurous Gearhulk. Seems like it was made for this deck. I mean, hey, it gets counters, it comes in and gives more counters. If we have any counter beneficiary spells out, they get even more counters, all the counters. We're doubling up on our effect here with Kona. It does a similar thing, so to try to capitalize on that, I've included Heirloom Epic, Relic of Legends, not devoting a huge amount of space in our deck to try to make Kona tapped. I only plan on playing it if we already have our commander out and have a handful of cards that we would like to come out quickly. And yeah, if you want the full deck list, you can always hit !deck if you're joining us in chat. If not, yeah, you're checking us out on YouTube. Hello in the future. I appreciate you. You can always go down to our video description and the video, the thing, yeah, and look at that. There's a link. You should click on it. Well, let's jump into the queue and see how our makeshift Elvis Piper will do. Alright. Up against Garuda, Doom of Depths. Is this the one where you can... Well, only if she's your companion. Yeah. Okay. Even mana values. Okay, so each player mills 4. Put a creature card with an even mana value among milled cards on the battlefield under your control. That's not great. Okay, well, let's... We have some ramp, we have some fight, we have card draw, and graveyard. Hey, this seems relevant versus our current opponent. Alright, we even found ourselves a thing to put down with Oviya. We don't like it when people steal our stuff, so we're gonna fight pretty hard about this. Oh, and there goes our ramp. Typical. And somehow we have missed our card draw. That's not great. Or our land, rather. That puts us behind even more. And they're looking at our Ozolith, marveling at its splendor. And ramping themselves, and my goodness, okay. Lands, am I right? Our opponent on 5 lands, and we are on 2. Time Warp, okay. Well, let's go ahead and exile our own Caryatid. Yeah, we've already messed up. This is not gonna happen. They're taking extra turns. We're down now 5 mana. What a way to start Brawlin Friday. I'm just not doing it. Let's reset. Normally I would not scoop there, as per our newly found love of gathering achievements and realizing that a lot of them require you actually finish the game. You know, or, well, so, I don't know. But yeah, we don't like people stealing our stuff and then taking extra turns on top of it, and we're already behind on mana. That was just not gonna happen. Speaking of being behind on mana, Triggered is playing Mythweaver Puck. Gonna make an extra land of every land that comes into play the first time each turn. And, you know, we got some ramp here. We'll do this. Alright, Delighted Halfling. It's mono green versus mono green, as the Lord intended. Alright, well, let's go Elvish Mystic into the Ozolith. Nissa. Alright, well, I think we go ahead and put down our commander. And that will do. I think Zopendrill is going to do some work here in a moment, if we can hold on to Oviya. Alright, Mythweaver Puck coming down. Okay, well, let's go ahead and activate that ability, get Sorok and Goreclaw down. That just changed things a little bit. And we will Cosmic Hunger Mythweaver Puck. No attacks. Scoot Swarm, uh-oh. Alright then, well, let's go ahead and Thunderous Velocipede. We will then attack in with Sorok and Goreclaw. Alright, they're gonna Roiling Regrowth. That's gonna get them a few Scoot Swarms. Alright, they find an Oracle of Moldiah. Very nice. Tangled Florahedron. One little ramp action. Well, let's go ahead. And man, this really stinks that we only have one green mana source. What is going on? Okay, let's tap this for green. And tap this for colorless. Play Incubation Druid. That's going to come in with haste. We tap that for green. And we will Blizzard Brawl with Sorok and Goreclaw on the Scoot Swarm. Use Oviya's ability to play Zopendrill. Make a bunch of things. And then crew 3. No, we don't need to do that. Okay, just kidding. We'll put counters on Sorok and Goreclaw. And crew up. No, we just said we're not growing. We're getting excited here. Alright, so good game. Nice. We did it. Fights, and bites. See, even with one green mana on the table, see if we could have just gotten one more mana, last game up against Garuda. We could have done some stuff like that. Would have been nice. Shuffler has not been very kind to me today, or indeed the past month, really, it seems. Jose Perez Barrios will be playing Hirobi Death's Whale. No, that's a 4/4 flyer. When it becomes target of a spell, whenever a creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, destroy that thing. Well, I'm kind of glad we have the Vaultborn Tyrant in hand. Wish we had some protection. Let's go ahead and Utopia Sprawl on our forest, and we'll name green. So this is going to be full of a lot of low-cost targeted spells, and that's probably going to make us very frustrated because they're just going to kill our stuff over and over and over again once their commander comes out. So we're going to have to race here to make sure we get as much board presence as possible before that happens. Alright, now notably they're going to have... Yeah, we needed the Guardian Project down, and fast. Alright. Because they're going to play their commander next turn, which means we need card draw because they're going to kill over and over again. Grave Pact, oh my. Okay. Just got worse. Let's talk about Vivian Reed. Then let's go ahead and exile that, just in case. Do they feel like playing their commander yet? Or are they doing more setup? Sangromancer, huh? Whenever an creature an opponent controls dies, you gain 3 life. Whenever an opponent discards a card, you gain 3 life. Alright, well, we draw a card. It is a land. Wonderful. Alright, let's go ahead and put down the 3-fold Thunderhulk. Put that into our hand. I'm assuming they have something here to target our commander. Woe to them if they do not. Alright. Well, let's exile Agatha's Soul Cauldron. No, wrong thing. I said a thing. Alright. Well, we have a 3-fold Thunderhulk to put down. The Heartless Act triggers a Hirobi. That's fine. Alright, well, let's go with a Birds of Paradise. Draw a card. That is another land. Wonderful. Alright, 3-fold Thunderhulk. We'll put the counter on the bird. Oh my god, it does that? It's even an ability? Oh my goodness, that stinks. I didn't realize that it was going to do it when we targeted with our own stuff. Oh my goodness. Well, that is terrible. Alright, take action. This is going to be a miserable day. I can tell already. Let's go ahead and mute you for playing such a terrible, terrible deck. Alright then. And they can just they can do it over and over and over again. Every time we play our commander. Alright then. Uh-huh. Well, the reach and trample guy seems relevant. Sure. What a miserable, miserable card to play against. All right. We can't do that. So let's go ahead and play our commander, which does nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nope. What a horrible, horrible person. Tyrite Sanctum in this deck, in that deck, is absolutely terrible. In a commander deck. So you can just repeatedly target their commander for 2 mana with a frickin' land over and over again and kill it. As long as their commander is out. Something wrong with people on Arena. Alright, we got another Mythweaver Pock. Well, we came out of the first one okay, and we'll see how we do this time. Not the start we would want. Well, I guess it's the start we deserve. Heirloom Epic, questionable call in the 99. That's one of the few concessions I put in for Kona. I figured a little extra card draw, not the worst either. All right, well, we have a Caryatid. That is good. Tribute to the World Tree. That looks familiar. Well, let's play our commander and get in for 1. Kind of wish we had some Swiftfoot boots out there. It's all right. Case of the Locked Hothouse. All right, well, let's play our Tribute to the World Tree. Let's go ahead and exile their Case of the Locked Hothouse. And we'll attack in for 1. There's the Pock. Alright, I gotta do a little ramping. Just a little. And Glimpse in the Core. Well, that's alright. We can handle that. We have ourselves a Rust Goliath. We'll draw a card. And we'll even Iron Crusher that thing. There you go. Seems good. A late game Utopia Sprawl. I'm not sure about that. Primeval Bounty. Alright. Loot. That's a big loot. Oh, and we're just drawing land after land after land here, huh? Cool. Alright. Well, let's draw a card. And, no, we're not going to do that. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Drop that. Play the Gear Hulk. It comes in with some extra counters. We'll do that. We'll do that. And that. And you know what? We'll even put 1 on the Caryatid. Draw a card. Crashing Drawbridge seems good. And let's attack in with a 13/13 and a 5/7. And we'll give that guy even more power. Oh. Alright. I don't know if they come back from this. They kind of needed Pac out there. I mean, he still comes back, right? Yeah. That primeval bounty is putting in some work. Multani. Wonderful. Well, we need something. We need something other than a land. That seems to be how it's going these days. Just all lands or no lands. That's just what you get. Okay, Guardian Project, not exactly what we were looking for. Let's activate the ability. Auto pay. That is an Ozil. Come on. Come on. Alright, double green there. We'll cycle the Ozolith. Give us a bomb, please. That is far from it. Okay, God. Oh, wow. Where was all of those when we were getting started? Late game Utopia's Brawl, late game Twitching Doll. Wait, our opponent just absolutely hitting everything that they needed. Alright, so we're 1 for 1 up against Mythweaver Pac. Disgusting. I'm disgusted by Shuffler. Narset, Enlightened Exile, going to make our life pretty much hell. Giving everybody prowess that they control, and then recasting spells, non-creature variety. I don't know if this is a good hand, but we're gonna try it. I'm pretty sure this means that we don't get to resolve anything. Most Narset decks I've been up against have been like Voltron. Alright, Ozolith, come on in. I mean, yeah, they're gonna have so much removal in these colors for Oviya. I don't anticipate ever getting to cast anything that sticks around. And they have all their colors. There's Narset. And we're just doing great at drawing lands, aren't we? We are so good at drawing lands, except when we're not. They have so much reduction. My goodness. Alright then. Alright, we'll see what kind of removal they've got. That's a good one. I'm just gonna cast a casual 4-mana overloaded Cyclonic Rift. That's cool. Right after I've played only my 3rd or 4th permanent. Narset, gotta love her. Man, we're conceding a lot of games today. Our opponents today have been absolutely disgusting. Obnixilis, Captive Kingpin, another deck I don't anticipate to go. As you can tell, we are matching up pretty much in the worst possible way. Alright, well, this isn't the worst, Obnixilis. This hand is the worst. Okay, well, that'll work. Well, they have a Changeling. That can't be good. Well, there's a Haywire Mite. Okay. I guess we'll get rid of a land and mill a land. Very nice. Sylvan Caryatid it is. And we will go ahead and attack because now we can't block the outcast. And they scoop it up. I don't know why. It's just that kind of day, I guess. They must not have got their land drops either. And we're drawing all the lands, or you're drawing no lands, and that's it. We had a pretty decent hand, you know, once we hit that Silver Caryatid. Hermes Trismagi, or Trismegistus, if you're a follower. Okay, this, again, no ramp. But we do have the Ozolith. I'm going to keep it. I may regret that. Alright, Toby's gonna love to make some creature tokens. And it comes with a 4/4 attached. And if they get a threshold of, 5, 6, 4 or more creature tokens, then they all get flying. Hey, Nykthos. That's a good one. Alright, pass the turn. We can do nothing until our commander comes down. There's Toby. Alright, here's our commander. I even like the branching evolution here. Let's see if they have removal for Oviya. Not once have we drawn any kind of protection for Oviya. Not yet. Not the Swiftfoot Boots, no Snakeskin Veil, no Heroic Intervention, no Tamiyo's Safekeeping. We're just flying by the seat of our pants here. Oh, Charming Prince, very nice. I'm going to make another 4/4. Alright, well, we have branching evolution. We'll go ahead and activate and throw down a 3-fold Thunderhulk, and we'll show them who can make tokens. We made a few tokens there. We got a few. They need a board wipe, and they probably don't want to do that after they just spent so many cards to make 3 of their beasts. Oh, yeah. Fun times. Alright, that one was pretty amusing. Good game. We had instant board. Comball, Profiteering Mayor, on the other hand, is going to be terrible if we play 3-fold Thunderhulk in this. This has happened to me already. I've been up against Comball with this deck. And I had nothing but 3-fold Thunderhulk to play off of Oviya. We even have Kona in hand. Interesting. Alright, well, let's Rampant Growth and grab ourselves a forest. Crashing Drawbridge seems pretty good. Let's go ahead and do it, I guess. Again, no, well, yeah, we had protection. I guess we could have done crashing drawbridge. But yeah, I'm guessing they want to keep Kona out. Or rather, get their Campbell out. No, why am I saying Kona? No blocks. Alright, well, let's go ahead and tap one green and play our Meteor Golem. That's going to come in as a 5/5. And we will Blizzard Brawl the Meteor Golem in the Clarion Spirit. Oh no. No, Campbell. Why? No, okay, fine. Have it your way. We can't have any fun. Valgavoth's faithful. Alright, so the first half, pretty rough. Now, once we get, like, a decent matchup, like I said, that could have been ugly. If we would have had the hand we had the game before playing Campbell and we did that, not so great. Alright, up against the Necro Bloom. Loves making plants. And then making those plants murderous. Zombies. Well, we have some ramp. We have a Nissa, which works great with the Lumbering World Wagon. Notably, nothing that Oviya can put down, though, other than the Lumbering World Wagon. Oh, that changes things. Now we have a Sylvan Primordial. Esper Sentinel. Alright. I think. We ramp some more. I can play the Lumbering World Wagon. And no, we can't. You can go ahead and do that. Yeah, we'll take action. Grab ourselves a forest. And that means 4, 5, 6. So we can almost full cost Nissa right now. Bandit's Talent, eh? Well, we'll get rid of the Court of Calling. And they said, oops. Okay. I guess. Auto pay. Just go ahead and mute you. Because you're telling us bandits. Oh, I guess they meant for themselves. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Alright, Sylvan Primordial comes down. Let's go ahead and blow up the bandits' talent. And we'll grab ourselves a land. Full cost if we can? No, we can't. Okay, well, let's go ahead and reduce that by 1. That's fine, whatever. We'll destroy the Esper Sentinel. And go ahead and crew up the Lumbering World Wagon and attack. Yep, we'll take action. I'm guessing they have a board wipe here. Otherwise, there's no way they block with their commander for 7 damage. Binding the Old Gods. Well, that's not exactly what I was thinking of. Alright then. I wish we had a way to give this haste. But I guess 1 mana Steel Hellkite that comes in as a 7/7 is going to have to be good enough. Let's go ahead and destroy that. We'll crew 4 using the Hellkite. And Attack in with a 7-4. Take action. Alright, and we'll activate Heirloom and draw a card. Bird of Paradise it is, fine. I'm guessing they have to have a board wipe by now, right? Insidious Roots? That's not going to do it. Rampant Growth? Also not going to do it. I think they're dead. Pretty sure they're dead. Yep, good game. Good game, M-Doc. You just needed to find more removal than Binding of the Old Gods. That was not going to take care of our board. Alright, let's do it again. What does Matchmaker have in store for us now? Up against Kalia of the Vast. She likes dragons, demons, and angels, and cheats them into play whenever she attacks. Yep. So, we need something with reach. I'm not sure about this. Yeah, we need... can't be that heavy on the back end. Okay, this is a little bit better. Okay, Utopia Sprawl. Turn 1. Green. Alright, gives us a Bird of Paradise, which lets us get our commander out next turn and hope it doesn't get burned down. Wayfarer's Bauble. Alright. Well, let's go for it. Once again, wish we could find a way to give it haste. No such luck. Or protection. We have yet to draw Swiftfoot Boots or Tamiyo Safekeeping. We drew Heroic Intervention one time, but it was too slow. Or, what is it? Snakeskin Veil? Alright then. Let's go with Gulta. And a Steel Hellkite. And that seems good. We cheated creatures in before you, Kalia. How about that? Alright, one more. I'm aware that this deck is silly. I am aware. When it goes off, it's pretty silly. But, as you've seen, it's not invincible. Not even a long shot. Another Kalia of the Vast. Is this the same person? What are the odds? Alright, well, this is not a great start. But we do have some things going on for us. A little card draw. We got a little card draw. We got some removal and ramp. And we have a top-end bomb. It even has hexproof as long as it's untapped. Oh, we just drew into some more ramp. I like it. Alright, Crashing Drawbridge. That's a good one for him. Nope. We want the Elysian Caryatid. Varigoth. Oh, he's a tutor. Nope, no blocks. Well, I think what we need to do is just pray they don't have removal. Did they hit their land drop? Oh, they got a boast? Okay, this is good. Are they looking for a land? That's what I think they should be doing. No blocks. We'll take 2. Alright, land into play. Use Oviya. Drop the walking skyscraper. Comes in as a 10-10. We got Garuk's Uprising. That'll give some card draw. Hey, we even hit a land. How about that? And we'll go with a Delighted Halfling. Why not? Alright, I'm assuming they drew the land they were looking for. And that's going to be a white mana source, if I had to guess. Yeah, there's a Godless Shrine. Here comes Kali of the Vast. They're going to use Crashing Drawbridge. And what do they have in hand? That's a Gold Span Dragon. Not the worst thing they could have gotten. Oh well. Here's the issue I see. I think we need to search our library for a creature with reach. I think it's going to be the Sylvan Primordial non-creature permanent. You know, let's go with the Rust Goliath. Use that ability. Put down the Rust Goliath. Draw a card. And we'll do a Blessing of Frost to put. No, that's not worth it, is it? And I guess we get in for 10. Yeah, go for it. We care not. It's just a 12-12 reach trample. Nothing to worry about. Okay, apparently not. Yeah, they don't care. Well, they, unlike the last Kalia, these guys found the removal. Oh, and a white dragon. Okay. Alright. We're gonna need something big here. Nightmare Shepherd. And of course we just draw a land, because that's how it is. Pay with snow mana. And we'll put a counter there. And a counter there, and a counter there. And a counter there, sure. And why not? Yep. Alright, good job finding all your dragons to cheat out. We had a demon. Yep, good game. And finding the perfect removal. Justice Strike. Okay, now you're just taking extra actions. Not cool. Alright then. What are the odds that they draw that? With no additional card draw. Target creature does damage to itself. We find the perfect card to deal with their flyers, and they find the perfect card to deal with us. Classic Matt. Tatiova Benthic Druid, gaining life every time they landfall and drawing a card. Very fair. Here's our Snakeskin Veil. How about that? only took 50 minutes to find one. Heroic intervention sometimes is just too slow. You can't afford to wait 2 turns to play your commander. Not when your entire deck is built around your commander. Oh, that's spicy. Galta? Okay, they don't like our mana dork. They're, I mean, you miss 1 land drop and you're like, oh, I'm gone? I'm not sure about that. Alright then, we'll try again. We had a good hand too. I would have loved to have played that. Zada, Hedron Grinder. Every time that they cast a spell that only targets Zada, they get to copy it for all of their creatures. Generally, this is just going to be cantrips that draw them more cards until they find like a grape shot or something. Anyway, Tameo Safekeeping. And a Collective Resistance, Tribute to the World Tree. I'm not sure about this though, especially with us being on the draw. That seems a little bit better. Well, we even have a Meteor Golem, that's fun. Alright, Haywire Might. And we will, no attacks. Yeah, I'm wondering, why don't they have something else out yet? Alright, it has to attack. We will gladly block. Alright, let's get our commander out. No attacks. And I think as long as they don't have removal for Oviya, we should be good. As they play Zada here. Oh, they play Krinko. Alright then. Well, we definitely block. Alright, can we play the Guardian Project? Yes, we can. We can play the Guardian Project. And then tap for a green, play the Meteor Golem. Kill Krinko. Draw a card. And leave up a blocker. Here comes Zada. And here comes a storm of cantrips, I guess. Yep, there's one. Alright, well, we block with a 5/5. We are prepared for this, though. Let's go ahead and activate ability. Play the Sylvan Primordial. When it comes into play, we draw a card, blow up the Reliquary Tower. We'll go looking for a forest, put that into play. And let's go with a Llanowar Elf. Draw a card, ram through with there and Zada. Take that. And that's how you take care of Zada. Goodbye, Zada. Take out the Reliquary Tower. They can't keep all the cards. Kill Zada quickly before they have amassed a huge board to copy all those draw spells and find their grape shot. Alright. Yeah. That was our Oviya deck. I hope you saw some potential there. Especially, I like the fact that we were able to play a lot of artifact creatures you don't normally see in Commander. That all of a sudden become much better. Like the Meteor Golem, when it comes in as a 5/5 instead of a 3/3, and you get to play it for 1 mana. That's pretty good. I liked it. And yeah, well, I hope you've enjoyed yourself too. And I hope if you wind up playing this deck, you enjoy it as well. Remember, you can always find the deck description in the deck list in the video description below, or if you're joining us in chat, hit !deck. That's going to do it for this first deck. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be showing you off another new one we've put together. But if you're joining us on YouTube, this marks the end of this particular adventure, folks. So as always, love one another, be cool, don't be a jerk, and have fun playing Magic the Gathering.